Fort Mason Center was and continues to be a unique model of converting a military base into an urban park, and one that is also an historic national landmark. We have a unique situation here in San Francisco on the waterfront where we have a series of parks running alongside the water, starting with the Presidio and going all the way around to the National Maritime Park.
It's a unique place showing the culture and activities and arts of this area. And so when someone comes from the greater Bay Area or the state or the nation or from a foreign country and they come here, they can see something that encapsulates a lot of what we have and do in San Francisco. It's a taste of it, but in one place.
The Long Now Foundation has only been in Fort Mason for a few years now. Our mission of long-term thinking and responsibility, I think, fits well with the mission of Fort Mason to support the evolving culture of San Francisco. That evolution has been going on since the very early Native American history of San Francisco, and in fact this very spot here in Fort Mason, as well as the military history here, and then the Gold Rush history, and all the way up through now, where in Fort Mason we have a new nonprofit kind of enclave. And Long Now hopes to support that in that deep history as well as the deep future.
The Cowl as a 400-plus seat venue with terrific sightlines everywhere. The sort of bowl shape gives it wonderful, wonderful sightlines. It also has a very broad stage, which is important. The smaller venues tend to have very narrow stages, and it actually has good production capabilities. The backstage is good. The tech people at the Cowl have always been marvelous. I hear terrific things about the tech staff at the Cowl. It's a very fine location, and I actually remember when it was being designed, and the question was, how many seats should it have and how should it be designed? Who should it serve? And the decision was really made to be large enough with a broad enough stage to serve dance, which tends to need the largest stage and the largest production capabilities, but intimate enough that even solo performance could work there.
Well, being in Fort Mason has been enormously beneficial for the gallery. We consider it a creative campus. We're right across the way from City College's art program, and we find that the students there come on their lunch hour or in between classes to visit and see some of our first-rate shows that we have here. We're also really pleased that we've established cooperative relationships with Green's Restaurant, Cooks and Company, and the Bats Improv. This allows us to do things in a collaborative way with them. Some creative ideas have come about, and to me, being in Fort Mason is like being in a small, friendly neighborhood.
We would like all San Franciscans, and in fact all visitors to San Francisco, to think of Fort Mason Center as a destination. When they wake up on a weekend morning and aren't sure what to do, we want them to consider Fort Mason Center as an option. They'll come down here in the morning, have a cup of coffee, take a look at all the different things that are going to be happening here, and decide to spend a day here and find enough different activities for every member of the family.
It's also a place that's reachable by public transit, which really makes it an ideal set-in in what essentially is a national recreational area. It becomes a plus for those of us who live here, and it becomes a must-see for those who visit. It's also historical. It has all of the components of what the city was really like when the military had a great presence here, both from Fort Mason and from the Presidio standpoint.
The programs that are here at the fort just benefit so many people. It's such an important part of the city, and certainly for the nonprofit organizations that are housed here. It's just a gem. It's something so very special, and it does require a lot of care, a lot of love, and a lot of money. So it's a combination of a lot of different things, but it's beautiful. Take a look. Look over my shoulder. You don't find anything like this anywhere in the city. It's one of the most magnificent views and one of the most magnificent locations in the whole Bay Area.